So what's up, guys? After reading chapter 837, I had a ton of questions, and these are just some of the questions I came up with, and I don't know if some of them answer themselves, but either way, these are basically just the questions and the things that I thought of. Number one, what was Urouge doing in Big Mom's territory? Now, I'm assuming, and it's a safe assumption, that everyone knows that in the New World, there's only two ways to survive, which is to go against or to ally with a Yonko. So what was he doing in Big Mom territory? Or was he that naive that he think he could have taken on Big Mom and basically claimed the title of a Yonko? Also, I saw other people saying that Urouge was on the Sky Island, and they think that it might have been after the battle with Cracker. That's basically their theory on it. I think it's okay, and I think it sounds good, but either way. Brule also stated that Kid, Apu, Beige, and Urouge all infiltrated Big Mom's territory, and Capone was the one that submitted, and Apu seemed like he ran, and Kid, we don't know what happened, but we do know that he attacked Big Mom's ships. And Urouge apparently took down one of the commanders. That's what we know about those four that entered into Big Mom's territory. Assuming they all left, facing a defeat. But either way, what happened to the fourth commander? I don't know if Big Mom killed him after he didn't win, or if he was demoted, or did he die during the battle with Urouge? One of those things. But I am concerned about, like, where is he? Because we all know Big Mom, she doesn't care. She'll kill anything and anyone. So, and it would definitely say something about Big Mom's character if she did something about him. We didn't find out about where Carrot and Chopper is. We know that they're in the mirror, but we didn't get any hints on how we're gonna get them back. Which I'm guessing, and everyone knows this, the only way to revert a Devil Fruit's ability is to knock them out. So maybe someone or Nami might end up doing that. Leads me into Nami with the River card. And Luffy in Gear 4th. I definitely do think that Luffy has some other trick up his sleeve by pulling out Gear 4th that quick into the fight. I'm guessing he learned from Doflamingo, and he's using that knowledge of how strong and how to gauge opponents better, that he pulled out Gear 4th at the beginning. I'm assuming he has a better technique up his sleeve, or at least to what I've been saying this whole time, that once Gear 4th is finished, Nami probably would grab Luffy, and they probably head to a safe zone, which again, Nami says she's going to make great use of the River card since the animated object can't oppose them. So that's another hint to, I'm guessing, what they'll do. And I'm guessing Urouge probably lost against Cracker because, let's say he was damaged during the fight with the fourth commander. As soon as Cracker came in, I'm guessing it was like a back-to-back battle, which I'm guessing he couldn't win. So he probably fled, which would be the safest and the smartest thing to do, which is why he left alive, I'm guessing. Because Cracker does look like an intimidating guy, and he does look like he'll kill any and everyone. Again, he was heading to kill Pound. Like, the sword was practically at Pound's neck. So that says something about Cracker's character as well. Also, Pound is a dead man walking. Basically, Brule says that since he tried to punch her, he basically is a dead man, and he basically is a traitor. And I'm guessing he cares more about his daughter than Big Mom, which you can't say the same for Big Mom as of yet. Yes, Luffy stated that Cracker's haki was the toughest haki he's ever seen. And Cracker is not down for the count. I don't care what anyone says, he's not down. Doflamingo had haki, and he was taking on Gear 4th's punch, along with being damaged by Law. So think about that. I do think that from Luffy's statement alone that his haki is the toughest that he's come across, it does mean that he's stronger. The haki is stronger than Doflamingo. But you can't compare the two in fighting, Cracker and Doflamingo, because Doflamingo mainly relied on his devil fruit alone, whereas Cracker relied on, we don't know what his devil fruit is so far, but he relies more on hand-to-hand combat than Doflamingo did. But which would mean, I'm guessing, I'm thinking of this right now, but if Luffy assessed that situation as fast as I think he did, it was a great assessment, because when Doflamingo had his devil fruit, he was basically using it effortlessly. But I'm guessing it took some stamina, not fatigue. And since Cracker is more of a hand-to-hand combat person, it takes more fatigue and stamina, which would be the same in the case for Luffy. So I'm guessing he assessed it real quick and was like, he can't get out of it unless he goes all out, which is Gear 4th. Along those lines, which would mean he's a safe bet to use Gear 4th alone, unlike what he did in Doflamingo. Again, I do think that Nami is gonna obviously pick up Luffy once Gear 4th runner, because we do know that Luffy runs out of haki for I think 10 or 15 minutes. And I don't think that this fight is going to end with Luffy winning. He's probably going to injure Cracker heavily and then flee with Nami. Again, injuring Cracker heavily will slow him down. And it probably might be an advantage to, once they get to the wedding or once they get to where Sanji is, it would be like a damaged Cracker. I totally forgot to mention that since we see that Luffy used Gear 4 so quick in the fight against Cracker, it seems to make the One Piece story more unpredictable. And this is one thing I loved about this chapter. Seeing that also Kaido is coming up so close and Big Mom is here, and the only thing that Luffy has on that he can rely on 100% is Gear 4. And to see that he has to pull it out so randomly and so regularly, it leaves the story more unpredictable, and I love this. It takes me back to when One Piece wasn't predictable around the Enies Lobby area, where you didn't expect Luffy to have something up his sleeve as he did now. And you know Luffy would definitely have to have something stronger and better than Gear 4th, sorry. Or he's going to have to learn or utilize his skills in the best way possible to overcome what he has to go through in the future. Definitely love that about this chapter as well. What else? I just can't wait to look forward to the next chapter. There's no break, which is like I think the longest chapters back to back ever. I really can't stand the breaks, but hey. Also, I was talking to this guy and he was saying that he thinks that Luffy needs more training and that he needs someone to basically help him hone his devil fruit skill more, because he did train with Rayleigh, but Rayleigh didn't have a devil fruit. Rayleigh mainly relied on haki, which Luffy probably learned to base it around his devil fruit, which I'm guessing really didn't have a better understanding of it. But either way, if Luffy does find someone that can help him, or that he can learn new tricks from to help him understand his devil fruit much better, it'll be helpful, because Kaido is coming up. And Kaido is coming up pretty fast, I'm guessing, because after Whole Cake Island, I'm guessing they're going to go straight to Wano. So, and then again, for that, Luffy has to be in great shape. What else? Again, I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Looking forward to what happens to Carrot and Chopper. I want them to hurry up and get back into the story. I do want to see Carrot in the fight as well. I think that's about it. But this video was basically just a couple thoughts that I had, and I just thought that I should share with you guys again. And if you guys like anything I had to say, like the video. If you didn't, dislike it. And you should definitely subscribe for more videos like this. And yeah, that's about it. But other than that, thank you guys for watching.